film sucks. Indie film sucks. It's the Indie Film Sucks podcast. Yeah.
Coming at you from the mean streets of St. Louis, from a basement on South Broadway, the Indie Film Sucks podcast. Because indie film is the best way to lose money outside of a casino.
Whoa. It is a beacon of light.
It's not losing money.
Yeah, just like Vegas is.
You take a gamble. Sometimes you win. Sometimes you go home naked.
Are you speaking from experience?
No comment.
Okay.
I can't incriminate myself any further than
That
that.
is true. The 4 people listening to this might.
Don't quit your day job, bro.
I know. How's everybody doing?
No, never better.
We're doing great, Brock.
What's your
How you
name?
doing?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm Brock. It's been a minute, and I see you guys again.
Yeah, the bearded wonder over there.
Yeah, I switched up every now and again. Everybody keeps asking it. Why?
Is
why
it
you got a
shorter
beard?
than it
It's
has
a little
been?
shorter than
I like
it was
it
before.
shorter, I think.
Well, I just tell my wife's tired of looking at my regular face, so I got to switch it up. And now she's getting tired of this.
There's
So I
one
was like,
time
now
my
I got a bag
dad...
I put over my face.
So, if you haven't listened to or watched this show before, just met Brock here. To my left, I'm Chris Grega. To my right is,
Mackie? Yeah.
and
There you go.
to his right is,
Brittany!
and we are the Indie Film Sucks podcast, where we talk about the highs, the lows
And the in-betweens.
of
True.
independent filmmaking.
filmmaking.
Nice job.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we review films.
Yep.
We have a website you can send your film to called indiefilmsucks.com. We will review your
Yes.
film, and hell, if it's good enough, we'll put it on the show.
That's right.
But either way, good, bad, ugly, in between, if you send it in, a feature, mind you, it's got to be a feature film. We don't do shorts. It'll get a review on the website. And if nothing else, you will get some useful poll quotes out of it, because we're not here to screw over filmmakers, not here to pump up ourselves and make ourselves feel better. We are here to give honest reviews from an independent mindset.
That's right. Like I like to say, we are the independent podcast for independent filmmakers.
Oh, I like that.
Well, I just made that up, Brittany.
Like just now?
Just right off the top of my tongue.
That's what he likes to say.
I like it.
Going forward,
And
yes.
That's who we are. That's right. I think I've said that before.
You might have.
I like it.
Go back and check out another
catchy.
episode.
Filmmaker-
Thank you.
Yeah, there's like, how many are we at now? 90? By the time this one comes out, it's going to be like probably over
100
100.
something.
Yeah, 100.
100 something. I mean,
Yeah.
solid for 100 something. Yes.
Yes.
The podcast is for the working class. There you go.
There you go.
Guys,
Yeah.
come on.
Man, we're on fire tonight.
Yes.
That's right, because we're feeling good, Brock.
We are.
You know why?
It's been a minute. I put these in a pipe and now I'm smoking it.
Okay. Well, man.
Put what in the pipe?
All my ideas. No, I'm
Oh,
smoking it.
I like it.
Smoking my ideas.
So
I don't even know.
upstairs in the
What happened here?
pre-podcast meeting, because the planning meeting.
Yeah, as you can tell, that was well
we didn't talk about
executed.
the intro.
No.
We talked about the actual
PPM.
podcast. So we always talk about, it's the highs and lows, the in-betweens, right?
Yes.
That's kind of what we say. But, it's easy to talk about the lows, right?
There's many of them.
The in-betweens is probably what everybody kind of settles in that medium kind of in-between thing. That's probably the biggest section. You know what we don't talk about enough? It's the highs.
Oh,
the good
yeah.
times on
Talking
set,
about putting a
right?
pipe and smoking.
I
we
mean,
go.
What are you
right.
smoking?
Is that why you're? Is that why you're feeling good, Brock?
Maybe.
Maybe. No, but you know what? We don't talk. We're honest, right? And a lot of honesty comes with sometimes sounds negative, possibly. Sometimes honesty, is not people not hearing what they want to hear, because it is a grind, right?
Yeah.
But independent filmmaking, whether you're talent, behind the scenes, director, owner of a company, there's a lot of good things going on. There's a lot of good times. So I think, Brock, that was a great idea. And I think let's kick that around tonight, right? Let's have an uplifting kind
Yeah, I
of.
mean-
Greg looks excited for this one.
Hey, the weather's getting nicer.
He's trying to think of one.
Yep.
The grass is growing, birds are chirping. Let's talk about nice sunny
We're
days.
Yeah,
going
man,
from
it's-
the winter to
Yeah,
the spring and
The
stuff
gray's
like
gone.
that.
Man, color back. Let's juice it up.
That's right. We're turning a new page and a new chapter.
Lemons into lemonade.
So what
There you go, and then sell it.
do you got, Brock? Why don't you kick us off? This was your idea. Maybe you had something on your mind, buddy.
Yes.
Not 100% in particular, but honestly, throughout my career, and I've been doing this for a while now, the highs, the reasons I do it have changed.
Yeah, for sure.
When I first got into it is because being an actor was cool. In high school, not so much.
It's like smoking.
Yeah.
It'll kill you.
Yeah, I did that.
Hey, smoking
It's like
not cool.
smoking.
Well, I
Look at
smoked
that.
for a short period of time, too. I realized it really wasn't very cool.
I smoked for a long time.
But, did you?
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Talk about that on the show.
Yeah, so, in the beginning for me, and I can go in different directions with this, but in the beginning, why does a guy in college do anything? It's to get girls.
hot.
So, is for that, but I just...
Were you the Troy Bolton?
The what?
You never seen High School Musical? Why the fuck?
no.
This is the wrong audience for
It's
that.
like I said, it's not cool in high school.
Not that there's anything wrong with that show, but I've never seen it.
It's not. It's a. Never mind.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I was never a theater guy.
Troy. Okay.
In
Well,
high school.
so Troy Bolton was an actor, singer, but also a basketball player, and he got made fun of for being an athlete but wanting to be like an actor and musical person. And then on the flip side, the musical people would get made fun of if they were like interested in sports. So it was like two separate worlds.
Yeah, I mean, when I first started, there's a couple of reasons. One, to get the attention of, girls. But I was always like that, even without acting in high school, being a jock or whatnot. But really what kind of got me going was, I think I spoke on this before a long time ago, was you ever watch outtakes of like Roseanne or any of those comedies back in the 90s? Well, at the end of the show, they'd show the outtakes, and they'd show them all messing up and cracking up and just not being able to hold their shit together. So they're all getting together, having a good time, and making a shit ton of money. I was like, man, who wouldn't want to do this? And then, one day, going back to the girls, I was watching Baywatch with my dad. And my dad, he's a Navy guy. He went all around the world.
Mine too.
So we was watching Baywatch, and I said, Dad, I think I was like 17 or 16. And I said, where are these women at? Where do you find these type of girls? And he said, son, let me tell you. I've been all around the world 3 times. I've been in, I forget how many countries, stopped how many ports. He says, I can tell you where the girls are. They're right there on that TV. I said, hot damn, I'm going to be an actor. So so I started my journey as an actor because of girls, really. But then I found out that I just really, really liked it. So that's kind of the beginning of it and the high part of how I started. And I really liked doing it, getting to know people, taking acting classes, theater classes in college. And it really, the girl stuff faded away pretty quick. One, because I met my wife, but two, it wasn't about that anymore.
Does she do any of this?
No, hell no.
Okay.
No. She was a dancer and gymnast,
I mean, kind of.
but
That's
she's not
in the
into
realm.
any acting at all.
Yeah.
But
Artistically.
things just shifted when I started getting with other actors and actually learning different methods and finding my own ways. And I just loved collaborating with other actors and letting yourself be raw. Because I don't do that in real life.
Interesting.
I hold my shit together pretty well. I have to. But when you're acting, you don't have to. And it's kind of freeing a bit. So that's why I love acting. But getting into filmmaking is a different thing. And we can go to that later. So I'm curious about some of everybody else's kind of, what really kind of got you hooked, why you liked it. Because you fall in love with it first. Because you don't do it for 20 years without loving it. So
Yeah,
how about you guys?
The collaboration is what you said there. For me, it's especially stage acting for myself, because that's what I fell in love with first. But you still get it on film a little bit with rap parties, that kind of things. But it's for a short period of time, a bunch of people come together for something that'll never be created again, because you can't. Even if you did the exact same thing with different people, it's going to be different. To make something out of nothing. For that short period of time. And in theater and stage acting, you get that immediate response. and everybody's there on that last night, and only you for that short period of time. There's no bond like that. I was in the military too, so there's a little bit of that in the military when you're, and I'm not comparing it to two people in a foxhole by any imagination.
Sure.
Don't get me wrong there, but there's something about a group of people being in the same situation to pull something off. And
Going through the trenches like
It's
sports.
and they have to
it's
perform.
hyper-focused.
Yes.
It's hyper-focused, and you're spending all of this time, all of your free time, essentially, especially in stage.
It gives you a high. I mean, it just really
and
does.
that's why there's such thing as post-show depression or post.
Well, we're
project
talking
depression.
about the highs.
No, I know, but I'm saying like because you have such a great time
Yes.
with these people you're
Here,
collaborating
pass the
with.
pipe, Mackie.
Yeah, but I know,
Get her-
man. Get her on high. She's
Yeah.
dragging us down already.
No, but
I'm
I
saying,
understand,
when
for sure.
I
There
mean,
is.
I had it all the time in theater. More so when I graduated, because when I was in school, we would do shows together, and then we were in class together. So even when shows would end, I was still in class with all these people all the time. So we saw each other all the time. But like when you're out kind of in the world, you go out and you do a show for like, I don't know, 2 or 3 months, and then you like go on, you move on, and like you probably don't see them that often
Yeah.
anymore, and you get really close really fast. And I was just on a set the other day where I felt like as soon as I walked on set, actually I was on 2 sets in one day. The one set I was like, meh. And then the next set I was like, these are my people. And it's just like an energy shift
Yes.
that can happen.
Well, and even Greg, you can comment on this about from behind the camera. I look at somebody now and I go, when I see a live show or I see something, I go, I kind of know what that guy's feeling. I kind of, because right? When when he was off, stage and ready to come on, the angst and everything you have, and then when you get that thing and you hit your rhythm and your lines, and then what's like the bow at the end, right? You're there with him, so even you take that even as an audience
you can
member,
appreciate it.
and I don't know, from behind the camera when you're watching other people's movies and somebody pulls something off in a film or something, I don't know. Speak to that, Greg. Or speak to whatever you want, man.
Just speak for crying out loud.
Speak,
Fuck.
buddy. Come on, you've been too quiet from the get go.
He's been just he's just like, why am I doing this shit? Fucking high.
Better to not say anything at all than something. No, go. Just go. We're just giving you credit.
People have fun doing this shit.
No, it's gonna be
Like right
something.
now, this is fun.
Yeah.
People have fun doing this. No.
Dang.
What was your question? What were you?
No, I was saying
ask him.
from a talent standpoint, I always relate back to the stage because you get that feeling. But when I see somebody else on stage, I kind of know what they're going through because I've been there, right? And I could feel that high, and I could see them, and I could see the sense of wonder, and I can look past the character a little bit and see the human side of who that actor is because I know that feeling. I've been there, right? So as a director behind the camera, do you get that same sense when you're seeing somebody else work or you're seeing a film or even the big when somebody pulls
Well,
off a scene or how they put a movie together?
When I watch other lower budget stuff, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
Hollywood, high budget stuff, not so much because they have all the resources,
Yeah, it's a totally
all the,
different
they-
ballpark.
to do everything that they need to do. But when I see someone making a film, there's a lot of times I can be like, I know what they were thinking. I know why they did this. It's because of these circumstances, or I'm almost certain they shot this way because man, they must have had this one location, and a lot of times because I've been doing this for so long, if I talk to the filmmakers subsequently and I'll ask them, okay, did you do this because of this? And most of the time they're like, yeah, and I'm like, yeah, I knew that. I could, well done. You made that work.
That's what I'm saying. It makes you feel good because you go, here's another guy that gets it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just think that's cool that you can pull that out of something or you can see that in somebody. And that's the difference between, I think, stage, because I don't care if you're Hugh Jackman doing something on stage. He's just an actor up there doing it, right? He's got to say his lines. He might have a bigger audience or something else, but that's what's cool about that. It doesn't matter how big you are. It's still that same feeling and that energy and stuff, as opposed to a Hollywood film where they have all the resources. So anyway, that's just where I'm comparing the two. I always go back to stage acting. I'm sorry.
That's all right. So, but Greg, what is it that really drives you? Because we know how hard it is, but why do we keep doing it in your eyes? What's that thing?
The highs.
The highs.
Yeah.
Don't say the premiere.
I do love those, though.
They are fun.
No, I was talking about this very same thing today like we have a current project, and I said, man, I don't give a shit about the premiere because I've done that so many times. And like the very first feature premiere was like an incredible night, and it was like after that going off a cliff. It's like, man, this is what it's supposed to be. And then you wake up the next day, oh, I'm back to my shitty job. Oh, absolutely nothing changed. And I did that time and time again. There's this big buildup for the big show, and all these people turn out, and then the next day, you're back to shoveling shit or whatever. And it's not that. What I was talking about earlier with someone was, look, the thing that I have that I guess you could say I suffer from and other creatives suffer from, because she said, if this makes you so unhappy, because I see it makes you unhappy a lot, why do you continue to do it? I said, because I have these things in me that I have to get out. And you know what? I wish I didn't. But the fact is, I do. I do have these things, and they come unbidden. I'll be sitting doing something entirely unrelated to film or anything, and this idea will hit me out of nowhere, and I gotta write it down. And that idea may or may not get made. But the thing that continues to drive me, and the thing that I love the most, is when I have an idea and I convince other people to take part in this idea, and I see it all the way through to fruition, and I can say, I did this. I thought of this, and I made this, and now you can look at this. And whether it's, it's good or bad or indifferent, you cannot take away the fact that I thought of something, pull it out of the ether, and yeah, everyone has influences, and everyone cribs ideas from everyone else. All the great filmmakers do, all the lesser filmmakers do, but the fact is, when you make something, no one else has made something exactly like that, and when you do that, and certainly when you do it with everything stacked against you, every odd stacked against you, every person who doesn't believe in it stacked against you, time, money, resources, it's all fighting against you, and you still make it happen. That is what I love. And yeah, I would love to have one opportunity to have a real budget, like and even still, it's still super low budget, but like $5 million, $10 million, because I know I have the vision, I have the skill, I have the aptitude to make a great film. Will I ever get that chance? I don't know. So I still continue to make films the best I can with what I have. But I mean, it's that drive, which even if I wanted to, even if I said I'm stopping filmmaking and somehow I convince myself to do it, because I've thought that many times, why the fuck am I doing this? Because it makes me so miserable. Even if I manage to do that, the drive to do it would not go away, because it was there before I even knew anything about filmmaking. That drive was there.
So what you said earlier in how you're explaining what drives you, the going against the odds, the doing something nobody else has done before. To me, showing that actually at the premiere, it does something for me, because it is showing the people.
No, it
now,
does.
The day after, fuck that. I'm just talking about the minute you're there. You got your family, you got your friends, you got your collaborators, you got fellow filmmakers. They're
it's
watching
kind of culmination of that.
Yeah, and that I really enjoyed the premiere because of that. Not because it's just I'm in the movie, but I helped make part of the movie, and people that may or may not have believed in something I could do, I'm showing them, well, fuck off. I mean, for real.
Yeah,
I love proving people wrong.
Yeah,
that's one of my favorite things in the world.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a high for what it is. That's the way I look at it. It's a good time to celebrate yourself for all the hard work you put in, but you got to leave it started and stop it where it is.
But on the second note there, Greg, I understand that 100%. In what you're talking about, just there's something in you got to get out.
Yeah.
And as an actor, sometimes I'll be watching a movie or a show or whatever, or maybe I'll just be reading, and I'll be alone at night, and I'll just start doing a monologue, and nobody's there to ever see it, and you just like get in the moment because it's got to get out of you, and it makes you feel a certain way, and you got to get it out. I like how you put that. It's in you. You got to get it out because you can't keep it in. If you do, it's even worse than, than not. So, good answer. Yeah. How about you, Brittany?
Why I started?
Well, just what gets you going? Why you really like it? You can say why you started. I mean, that may be why you.
No, it's definitely changed over time.
Yeah.
It's much like your girls thing, except for mine was just like general people pleasing and attention for sure. And I didn't really know it at the time, but I was definitely the kid in the basement that was like making up all the plays and rounding up all the neighborhood kids and my brother and forcing them to be in my shows and putting up sheets for curtains and spotlights for flashlights and like things like that, like just doing neighborhood shows. And then I was also the kid like standing at the edge of my driveway with my violin in the lemonade stand playing, it was just all for what I know now is like I discovered very early on what it felt like for people to applaud for me, and then I got addicted to that pretty early. And a lot of it came from just wanting to make everyone around me think that everything I touched turned to gold. So it's pretty
That's a
deep.
hard task.
Yeah. And of course I wasn't aware of this like fully until I was much further into adulthood, and I realized, whoa, a lot of why I do what I do is to prove myself to other people and what I do. And like it really started to eat at me when I was living in New York, because I was like really, really diving straight headfirst into the perfectionism that I like had built all of those years up until probably like halfway through my time in New York, when I was like, I need to do something about this, or I'm.
But what did you like about it?
But what I like about it eventually is that I'm definitely the collaboration aspect of things is almost exactly what you said, identical to that, like feeling of like all coming together for the same purpose at the same time in the same places for this one thing that is bigger than all of us, right? And I think that is just so cool. I was like on the other set that I was on the other day, I just think about things like all the crew and the gaffers, they're like hanging all these lights on these rafters for like a 2-minute scene that gets shot, and I'm just like, dang, that's some dedication. Like we show up and, they show up and spend 2 hours on that rig, and we, as the actors and, the
come out of your fancy trailer.
Yeah, right. We do. We shoot for maybe 10 minutes, and then it's like, okay, moving on, and now they gotta go take the lights down and put it in. It's like, that is just so incredible to me to like think that we all kind of have little bits and pieces and hands into that. And also it's the thought of, I say this all the time, I love the fact that I learn so much about myself and other people through the craft of acting, because there's not a single role that I've done that I haven't left with like a new perspective on either myself or like the type of person that I'm portraying. I love playing the mean girl. I don't get to very often, but when I do, because much like you, it's like it's a healthy way for me to express myself, because like that's not who I am like in real life, but we all have these like elements of ourselves in us, and I would much rather express that in a contained environment than at like people in real life, because I really care about how I show up in real life and how my energy impacts other people, and just being very, very mindful of that.
So is it still that way now?
Yeah,
it's
more. It's more attention wise, or
no, just you said you start off for getting attention, but now it's about the collaboration. So it's stayed collaboration. And
I really think, and what you were saying, it reminded me of a conversation I had with one of my other actor friends recently that has recently kind of transitioned from more theater to trying to do more film and like commercials and TV work and stuff like that. And he had sent me a text and he was like, do you ever get burnt out? And I was like, well yeah, of course.
All the time.
But I have over time learned to manage it, and I realized that the reason that I was getting burnt out on a more frequent basis was because I really was outcome focused instead of process focused. And so by that I mean like somewhere along the way I had to learn how to enjoy like the stuff that I was talking about, like the process of it, because if I was only focused on, because basically what he said was, I just don't get like, what's the point of all of this if, like, I'm not going to book, or if I'm not going to, like, what's the point of putting all this time in or whatever? I'm not going to get the job. I'm not going to do this. And I was like, well, unfortunately, the reality is you have to actually kind of look away from, like, yes, the point of doing this is to progress in that way, but if you cannot find a way to enjoy this process, it will eat you alive, and it will make you feel like, why the fuck am I still doing this?
Yeah, if you're doing it to get famous, you're fucked.
Yeah, absolutely.
Basically.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you skip all the process of the learning and the experience.
yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I'm sure we have all been on an unpleasant set, right?
Yep.
Sure.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you have. But
I mean, I've been on yours. Sometimes they're not pleasant. I mean, every set has its ups and
Unpleasant
downs.
day of-
Yeah, every set has its ups
but
and
I
downs.
think almost everyone has been on some sort of unpleasant shoot where you just didn't gel with the people.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
it just felt like a grind,
Yeah.
and you just couldn't wait for it to be done.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's just information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that I find is the exception.
I agree with that.
The rule I have found is when you're on set and everyone has this certain kind of shared language, it is some of the most fun you're
I
ever
agree.
going to have.
Agree.
And you meet people and you've known each other for 10 minutes and you're already joking, you're
Truly,
already
truly.
laughing.
You're singing songs together.
Yeah.
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 And that
Finish each other's
Senses.
that is the great thing about this.
Never seen
opportunity.
Frozen
I
either.
know.
I mean, especially when you I mean, as a director, like if you have that relationship with the DP and with the other department heads and you're relaxed with the cast, I mean, there's nothing better than that, because nothing I love more than having fun on set and joking and maybe gently messing with people, but still getting everything done.
Yeah.
And still you laugh and
It's a
you
very
joke,
cool experience,
and then you
yeah.
lock in and you get it done. And that
That is you're right. That's the rule. The exception is the other way.
Yeah.
So suck those moments up.
Yeah.
And take those and go, this is what it's all about, right? And we forget because we only remember the time we were on set a little too late, or we were this, or something didn't go right,
Yeah.
or somebody didn't right? That's just like bad news, right? There's not a ton of bad news in this world. It's just that's what's in front of you all the time because that's what sells, or that's what you remember. And getting back to remembering that's what it's about, is
point.
showing up
Yeah.
and throwing the football around, or
Yeah.
just having those moments where you're like, you really don't have a care in the world because you're there to film, right? To put somebody's vision out there.
yeah.
You know, it was funny when you were talking about, like, possibly just, like, quitting or, like, not doing it. I was almost going to be like, maybe you should. And not, like, in a way of, like planning to do it forever, but, like, sometimes you have to step away, because you were talking about how ideas would come to you doing nothing related to, like, film, and there's a term for that, like when you actually allow yourself to, like, take a step back and, like, not hyper focus on something, because I'm really bad at that. I'm pretty sure it's undiagnosed ADHD, but, like, I will hyper focus on something and I cannot get something done, but I swear to you, like, I agree to, like, take even an evening off, and in the middle of, like, doing some random thing, I'll be like, oh my god, I got an idea for content. This used to happen to me all the time with content creation. When I would get burnt out on, like, creating a bunch of content, I would, like, have to force myself to step away.
Yeah, now you can't stop.
Yeah.
But it's true because I've done some research on how to study for tests.
Yeah.
And if you just study, and you don't give
Yeah,
your brain
yeah,
that
yeah,
time to
yeah,
digest,
yeah.
memorizing lines.
right.
If you just try to cram,
Right.
and you don't take that time off for your mind to recuperate, if you study lines and
Yeah.
then you take a day off and you come back 2 days later,
Yeah.
you're going to know
At
way
some point,
more.
you have to trust that it's
Yes.
going to come to you. You know?
And I think for
Yeah.
us in
Yeah.
88 and what we do, and I can't speak for your bigger journey, Grega, but when we've gotten smarter about what we're doing and we're just not throwing everything out, it's been a more relaxing atmosphere for us, because
Yeah.
it seems like we have more of a plan instead of, right, and we talk about things that this is the positive side. And I know we have butting heads, and that's how companies work, but when we sit down and talk, and we talk on the phone all the time, boy, we laugh a lot and we talk about this, and if we could do this, or this is the way it should go, man, I'm just like, this is the greatest thing ever. This is the greatest company ever. This is right. This is
We're
how
doing it. We're doing
we
it.
are. Well, we are doing it, right? I mean, just adding the podcast to our life has been fun.
That's kind of another reason I do it. It's so hard to make a movie.
Yeah.
It's so hard that most people quit.
Yep.
Yes.
I'm not attracted to easy things.
Me either.
If it's not going to challenge me, I get turned off.
Yeah.
And this is one of the most difficult things we can do.
Yeah,
is make
absolutely.
movies, have
Yeah.
a podcast, collaborate, get together, I mean, it's so damn hard. And I mean, as y'all know, we all have day jobs, and you know, I got a busy schedule, a lot on my plate, and it's all hard. But it's supposed to be hard, you know, because I'm not doing easy stuff. And if you do easy shit, you're not going to get any reward. And I'm not sure what my reward is, except for, you know, we'll finish making a film. We'll finish this podcast.
My
We'll get it for
reward's an
people to
early
see.
death, I'm pretty sure.
It's too late for early for you, man.
Oh, dang.
I'm not far behind, though. But
Me
but
either.
it's so hard. It pleases me that we can finish it. And it's
is
not
pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's good.
I mean, you think about the
content.
amount of people who have thought about it and have not even tried. I saw a post the other day. I think I shared it on my story, but it said, like, congratulations on your failure. Most people don't even try. Like,
That's
That's
true.
That's very true.
that's really cool.
Yeah, I
you know,
heard
so I mean, I'm all about the woo-woo, like, flip your mindset stuff, but
I heard an entrepreneur say, very young, successful person said, if you think you can do it, you're right. If you think you can't,
you're right. Yeah.
you know, and
Totally.
it's totally true.
Well, I just gave a talk at the local film school, I don't know, a few weeks ago.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, at Webster.
Did you post about that?
I don't think I did. Maybe I did. I
Picture
don't
next
know.
time.
But his post on the internet
the
in
media
ketchup
manager.
was genius. Genius.
Yes,
The ketchup post.
but the main thing I was talking about, because it was a panel of people in the industry, people been doing this for a long time, and I said, look, I don't.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, I don't even work in the industry currently, because I did commercial work, I did industrial, did all that shit. And to me, that's no different than working an office job. And I know some people, they say,
Pay
well,
bills.
yeah, but they say, well, you know, I'm working in video. Okay, but you're not making film.
You're
If I
shooting a wedding.
I do love going on set for a day and laying in bed and getting paid for it.
I bet
so
you
that
do.
I can
That's that.
do other things that I actually really like doing, like
Yeah, I wish
take
I
a stunt job
I
that
wish I
doesn't
could
pay
do
as
that.
much or whatever.
But the main thing.
You could. There's a place for everyone, Grega.
Yes, thank you. The main thing I was driving at, the main point that I tried to hammer to people was like, look, whatever you do, don't be the person that talks about things that you're gonna do. Be the person that does the thing.
Yeah, I've thought about that a lot recently. As I've actually, this has been a very internal season for me. Like, yes, I'm out there, I'm doing things, I'm talking to people, I'm hanging out, I'm on sets, like whatever. But like as far as like everything else, I've kept to myself a lot recently. Whereas before, again, on the scope of like trying to prove myself, I would like put everything on blast all the time because I felt like, you know, that's what you got to do. But I find that I only share like the real good stuff, the real stuff with no one or like 2 people tops, like my mentors, you know, or like whatever. Because I just find that there is this like psychological thing that happens. You get like a dopamine hit if you talk about something as if you've done it or you're doing it. It's like your brain doesn't know the difference between you having done it and you talking about it. And so it gives you this false representation of like actually taking action, which is why so many people get stuck in this analysis paralysis cycle. That's like habit building 101. But
I know the difference if you talk about it or if you do.
oh
it.
yeah, you do because you've like done it. Yeah, and
It's
so
kind of
many
like
more
being
people talk
stuck in
about
the
it.
past. Like, say, he's a lead in a
Very
movie
true.
or some really good theater, and
You
you're
always
stuck-
talk about that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
I'm guilty of
I
it.
was a
I can
lead in
guarantee
Hamlet.
that.
And
In Hamlet?
no, I'm just saying.
Oh,
it-
you
No, remember the time in high school I had to lead in the play and you're
Yeah, it's
55
like
years old?
when Al Bundy scored 6 touchdowns
Yeah,
against,
that's right, yeah.
against Polk High School.
Exactly.
you just keep that dopamine going because it's
Yeah.
what keeps you
No,
going.
I think we're all guilty of it. You just got
I'm
to.
guilty
Just
of
like
not having
scrolling
that.
on social
I forget
media.
the past so quick.
That's fair.
You talk about old pride.
Yeah.
Everybody
Oh,
does.
yeah, I do, but I mean, I don't
we
live
relish
there.
But I
in the
think,
joys.
yeah, there's a difference between relishing in it and
Yeah.
remembering things, even the harder times. And, I think there's still a lot of pride that can come out of having experienced something hard and come out on the other side and be like, okay, well, I have new information now. I can move forward.
Yeah, have you heard us talk about Rhineland before? Never.
Not as
Yes,
much,
we
but
have.
you'll be happy to know that I have started a physical media collection. And guess what the first movie is?
Red Knighted Skies.
Game of the Year.
Game of the Year! Hey!
It's my first DVD that I have, and I'm going to buy a DVD player. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to buy a DVD player once I move into my new place.
All right.
And I'm going to start a physical media collection.
Brittany, if you would have watched Game of the Year on DVD without having a DVD player, then, man, you are
Yeah, you're way ahead of us.
way ahead of us.
Yeah, I uploaded it to the cloud, and then
See, way to bring us up here.
Yeah.
That's a high right there.
Yeah, no lows or
Look at
betweens
that.
today.
No,
goddammit.
no,
We're
that's
doing
just
the good
like,
stuff.
Yeah, there's
there's a
one.
little bit of everything everywhere. But no, I mean, ultimately, I don't know where we were stemming from, but ultimately, I do this 100% for people, learning opportunity. I also like challenge, so I love being put in position to like challenge myself. And I just learn a lot about myself. And I mean, yeah, some of it's for claps, for sure, because I've worked fucking hard at all the things that I do. And, it's nice to be recognized for that. But ultimately, deep down, I think if I only were focused on the claps, that would get a little old.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it needs to be deeper than that. Otherwise, I would definitely not be doing it still. That's for sure.
It's so hard in film.
Yeah.
Because it's you alone in a room editing.
That's true.
Or
Yeah,
it's
a
you-
lot of the work goes unseen. Yeah,
Yeah,
a lot of
it
it
does. And if people don't respond to your Facebook post or buy
Yeah.
your stuff, right?
Yeah.
That's the high, right? Because
Yeah.
if people were buying, if we were just sitting here going, look at this, there's 50 more people bought it, that's a high,
Yeah.
right? It's a manufactured high,
Totally.
or it's
Well, it is a little outcome based.
yes,
I will say.
but I think that's the problem with film and why it is. So you have to tell
You
yourself.
gotta find other ways
Yes.
to enjoy it along the
And
way.
like you said about
and you
completion.
almost detach yourself from the outcome. Like if you can really fully be immersed in the process enough to where you don't almost don't give a shit about what happens. I feel like the outcome's actually better that way. Ultimately,
Could be. I mean, it depends on what
Yeah.
you're living for, though. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
it-
that's been my experience anyway. It's like
It depends, but I mean, then there's the dark side of things where, where your films are out there.
Yes.
Your films have made a lot of money
Oh, I get you. Okay.
for somebody else.
Have you talked about this on the podcast?
Yeah,
Okay.
and
I
that's
can feel it.
yeah, that is hard.
Episode 59.
I know.
70,
Yeah, 59, 72,
It's out
1.
there. I've done
2,
1,
3.
2, 3, 4.
And that's a drag.
That is.
when
that
you
sucks.
know
And it's
they've
done
made money.
now.
But
you
you've
know.
completed the film.
Sure, I know, but that's the thing, man. That's a bummer because it's like, yeah, if all the money that this film made went to us, we'd be in a much better spot than we are. But it went to other people,
Yeah.
and very little went to us, and so many filmmakers suffer through that because that's how the system is set up. And man, that's a drag, and
Yeah.
that is worse than any other aspect. The fact that, yeah, I made something and it was successful, and yet I saw no monetary gain from it. It didn't impact my life at all. And the same thing with music artists who, had all these hit records like in the 60s, 70s, 80s, probably up through now. The records made millions. And
Millions, yeah.
I know our films didn't make millions, but I guarantee you the two I'm talking about made at least decent six figures.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and
I mean, here's the positive of that is that you've made multiple films that have made multiple six figures.
For
And so-
somebody else.
Okay, but listen, that just means that you have information now, right, from that experience.
We learned.
Yes, you have information now, and you can take that and
well,
like.
that's why I brought up the topic because there's
Yeah.
so much bad stuff, and that has happened. and maybe an episode will go deep into the actual how it has and how it still is.
I'm sure Greg has already
Still going.
maybe done that one solo one down there. He's just not releasing that one yet.
got
It's Chris
Just
Craig
came
again.
down here to
I'm
vent about
flying
it.
solo.
I sit down here with the cameras off.
But with all
Some
the
of your
lows,
best stuff.
we still have reasons we do it.
Yeah.
You know, it's because
Yeah, you didn't let that
yeah.
deter you. We kept going.
Yeah.
We muddled through, buddy.
yeah, we're either really really dumb or just passionate.
It's both.
No, you're gonna keep. We're gonna keep doing
It's
stuff,
a mix
even
of
though
collaboration and community.
dog eat
It's a
dog
mix
world.
of expression, being able to get that out,
Mm-hmm.
and going through the finish line, seeing the finished product is
Yeah, it's kind of weird. So
after all that work. I was telling somebody the other day we shot like 8 pages, but it took us almost 9 hours. And they were like, "Dang!" And I was like, "That's pretty typical, actually."
yeah. You know, another cool thing I'll hit on a different note is through owning businesses and meeting a lot of people, and the actual see some work that I've done, a movie or commercial, lately just movies, but it's hard. It's kind of hard for people I know really well, but I wear a totally different hat, and they see me in a
Sure.
film. I love when it says that just is so weird seeing you up there, because it's totally different experience for them seeing somebody they know make art or make movie, or like if I was a musician
so
getting on stage,
interesting.
because you have to wear different hats in life. I mean,
We're very different because I'm pretty much the same.
I have to wear different hats.
Yeah.
You know, like sometimes I'm the
I
coach,
definitely
sometimes I'm
wear
the dad,
all of that
sometimes
vulnerability pretty much on my sleeve most of the time.
Yeah,
so I
no,
don't
I-
think it's surprising to people when they see me in that element. But
Oh,
I've also,
yeah. It's-
that's what I've been known for my whole life.
Well,
so
they all
it's
know
so
I do it, but
interesting.
when they actually see something, they're like, "Oh, you really do it," you know, because like
It's interesting to be at a
It's real.
stage of life. I don't know how relevant this is, but it's weird because I was just thinking about this the other day. Like, most of the people that are in my life right now don't know that I sing. Like, that is a huge part of my artistic elements. Like, I did that. That is like my main focus for like
High School Musical,
20
I get it.
years. Yeah. No, but like, it's weird. It's weird to like having let like something like that not go, but just like it's like kind of on the back burner now because most people know me as like film and TV.
Yeah, you don't have to let everything out at the same time. You got
You're
hidden
right.
talents, right? You're you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
You know,
I don't wear that I'm an actor on my sleeve to everybody, and then when they eventually find out, or I
Is that Brock?
like this big tattoo I got on my back says 88
There's
millimeter
nothing.
films.
Do you ever get like text messages from people and be like, "Did you do this?"
Oh, I
There's
have,
nothing better than getting like "Are you in a BJC commercial?"
Yeah,
actually, I am.
I was actually at a Cardinal game not too long after Rhineland came out, and a guy threw rows behind me. Hey, weren't you in that movie Rhineland? And I guess they saw it.
Please,
Isn't that
gentlemen,
weird?
I'm trying to go to the ball game here. My goodness
I
gracious.
felt pretty cool, you know. I had
Security.
my wife and 2 kids with me at the time. I was like, yeah, oh yeah, that is kind of cool.
Yeah, one thing.
By VCI? I mean,
Yeah.
Oh
one
my
thing
God.
I stopped doing a long time ago was telling people
Yeah.
I'm a filmmaker. I because when it was
Couldn't be me, man.
sure
I'm gonna be like, I'm an actor.
yeah
It took
well
hard years to fight for that. I used to be
years
like,
ago
well, I guess
What
I'm
have you
an
been in? Anything I've
actor.
seen? Are you famous? Like,
Yeah.
If you have to ask
is
that,
that what it is, Greg? 'Cause they,
Yeah,
Basically-
I'm famous in my own mind.
because years
I'm famous
ago
to my mom.
you tell people oh I'm a filmmaker like, oh you make porn like
every time.
Oh, that must.
Every
that's
time.
crazy.
Every time.
yeah and I would say
People are so silly.
people are idiots. I say
That's not the word I want to use, but it's the word I'm using right
no,
now.
I'd say because every time you're a filmmaker, you make porn, and I say, yeah, we pretty much do straight to video, man-on-man gay porn. We're always looking for talent. Are you interested?
That's the perfect comeback
And
to that, though.
I tell them that dead serious. They'd be like, I'm like, no, I'm fucking with you. No, I don't make porn, you fucking twat. But
Maybe
yeah,
you did. Maybe you did.
maybe I should. We'd actually make some money.
That's true though. I get
Maybe.
the same response.
Maybe.
I don't tell. Most people find out from other people telling them. Like because I'm not comfortable talking about it. Because
That's a
I'm
whole
usually,
other topic.
yeah, you're doing some business transaction, or you're getting to know somebody. You don't go into your whole life. Oh yeah, I'm an actor, and it's just, I don't know. It just seems.
I get you.
I just don't like it. I don't wear. No, I'll talk about it if they ask me questions and find out, but never I never go blatantly, oh yeah, by the way, welcome to my business. So I'm also an actor. I never ever do.
I think it's fun talking about the podcast because people are like, oh wow, and then they listen to it and they're like, whoa, or somebody, because that's how you
Look at all those
self-promote
microphones.
you self-promote your stuff
3 camera
through
angles?
that, right? From being on the production
I
side
talk
of
about it
things.
when it comes up, and
Yeah.
I'll go in depth with it, but I never. Ever
Not from the actor side, but would you tell them about your company? Would you tell them about what, the podcast and growing Indie Film Sucks? And
not just if I'm talking about something other type of business.
no, you won't just go,
Right.
hey, can I get those vents out of your car? Indie Film Sucks. You ever hear of it?
You're right. No,
Here's a bumper sticker.
no. I mean, if I think it's important and I can sell I may find a way to have them.
Then you might be having a
dig
drink or
deeper.
something, talking
You
about
can
your
manipulate
hobbies.
a conversation
Right, yeah,
and you can.
Okay.
You can.
What?
For sure.
Did I miss something?
No.
Oh.
But you can manipulate a conversation to have them ask you questions.
Yeah, no, because I mean, when I was shooting legal video for my main gig, and everyone would always be like, "Oh, I'm famous. Put me in the movies." Blah blah blah. And every once in a while, it would come up that yes, I'm a filmmaker, and you can tell if people are genuinely interested,
That's it.
or if they're just humoring you.
Yep. Like anything, though. That's any job.
Yeah.
But I do think that the reason why sometimes people ask you the questions like, what have you been in or whatever, is because it's such a foreign world to them.
It
They
is.
get uncomfortable because
Sure.
they don't know how to relate to you. And
No.
and I also get uncomfortable if I don't know how to relate to you. So it's like, but I think I agree with you. I think there is a difference between, somebody who is interested, but like if they go to ask those surface level questions, I feel like it's just truly because they don't understand and they don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean,
know.
I don't.
I think
never
that
blow them
most
off.
people don't. I mean, the people who do mean harm, I think most people don't mean harm when they ask questions like that. So I don't get too upset about those types of things. But like the people who do mean harm are doing it because like they're insecure about
100%.
not finding whatever it is that they're passionate about and
Sure.
like doing that and pursuing that. So that's a them problem.
No, it's not that I don't.
Circling back to you have done things, we have done things that other people have either thought about and have never done or would never dream of doing.
Well, and
Because they know deep down.
But there's a million jobs like that.
Yeah,
This
sure.
isn't the catch-all,
No,
be-all,
absolutely
grand
not.
things. There's people that are in the circus, or
but
there's people...
I'm in the circus.
There you go.
It is a thing though when everybody, when you're growing up, has a dream, and most of them don't even try to pursue it.
It's true.
But then when they see somebody that actually is
It's
doing
triggering.
something
It's
still,
triggering for them.
yeah, it can be for sure.
Yeah.
I like it. I don't rub it in noses or whatever for sure, but it is cool to say we're still pushing for what we wanted to do when we was kids, or we've never given up. But and not that we're never giving up, but also we're still doing it.
In some ways, we're all still whimsical.
Yes.
No,
I'm working toward more whimsy in my life, so.
Yeah, I've only had one instance that was kind of negative, and I'm not going to go too negative on it.
Oh, here we go. All
No,
right.
it ended up being
And this is
positive.
the negative segment of the show.
There's
We
a
should have ended
conversation.
back.
No, there's a conversation with somebody. This was years ago, and they were talking about hopes and dreams or whatever, and they never really pursued it. And I was telling them, well, I'm still. This is years ago. I'm still pursuing my stuff, and they're bitching about their life, but they're not pursuing what they're doing. And I said, I've been fortunate because I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but we've all done stuff, billboards, commercials, movies, whatever, and I've done all that. And to be able to tell somebody, it's okay to give it a shot, and what's the worst that can happen, and I don't know if it changes a person's life or whatever, but you could kind of see a little bit of light in their eyes, kind of figuring out, well, shit, if he can do this,
For sure.
I'm nothing special.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know?
I think that's also a huge part of. I also like mentoring and coaching, and that is a part of who I am too. So I think part of me sharing my experiences is to show other people that it's possible, and to give them what other actors that I watch and get inspired by, to them. The same way that I do with my people that I look up to and that I admire. I think that's cool.
What about you, Mackie?
What?
I have no
Pause?
idea.
I don't know. Just listening, man. Sucking it all in here. This is
Sucking it all in.
This is good. This is good conversation.
I enjoyed reminiscing and some of the reasons why I got into it and hearing you guys' stuff. Because a lot of people are listening are in this same type of boat, whether it be filmmaking or just in life in general.
Yeah.
Why you do the things that you like
Yeah,
to do.
it can get lost. It can get very much.
Just remember,
piled on by all the
you
crap
got
that you
into
gotta
it
go
for
through.
fun. You got it. You're right. You got into it for whatever reason you got into it. Remember that, right? It's a grind. It could be a job. It could be a gig. But life is ups and downs. So remember why you got into what you got into
this
and why you're doing it,
Art
right?
form certainly is not linear in
No,
any capacity.
You know,
it is whatever. But you got to find the good in anything, right?
I gotta say one more thing that I experienced, which is kind of positive, and I hope people hear it. So we've all talked about wanting to quit at one point or another,
Yes.
Making movies, acting,
nights
doing
ago.
your dream. Well,
Earlier today.
and I still forget sometimes too. But I remember years ago, I just finished building my house that I live in. I finished it. I was 29.
You build houses.
I did, and anyway, I just built my house, and I had a good career going without making movies, but I was in my 20s, and I'd been pretty fortunate making a lot of commercials and a lot of movies in my 20s, and print. Well, it is really good. But I was like, man, I looked back at my house. I hadn't even moved in yet. I just finished building it. And I'm looking back at some architecture I came up with and the woodwork I did, and just looking at, outside my window and seeing the country. I'm like, man, does it really get any better? I mean, should I just quit acting and just keep going with making, doing what I'm doing and focus on other things? And I pondered that for a little bit. Really, it sounds funny, but I was like, well, how the hell did I even get here? And everything I did was to position myself to become an actor, build a house for my family. A nice house close to my wife's family. Every job I ever did or ever took was to create a position for me to go to an audition or to make a movie. I was like, well, shit,
Get
if
that flexibility.
Yeah, so I was like, well, all this happened because of my love for making movies and acting. If I quit, is this all it's ever going to be? Or can I build more? So I decided,
Interesting.
okay, I'm not going to give up my acting because that's what led me here. And so far, it's worked out really well. So anyway, I just want people to think about that.
What a beautiful, physical. These are the tangible things that we can see, right? Like the tangible. Your house is literally tangible evidence of all of that you've built. Mm-hmm. Outside of acting too, like it doesn't. Even have
This is a beautiful podcast.
Well, I just wanted to put that out there.
Aw, I'm not surprised.
That's all right.
Oh,
like
look at me. No, I just wanted to put it
Now,
out there
if
because
Greg
people
ever cries, I will be on the floor.
So, no.
Well, people forget,
no crying here.
sometimes what gets you to where you are at that point, and you can easily dismiss what you've done to get you there, and start focusing somewhere else.
Totally.
So I think if you go back to focus on really what got you there, if you're in a good position, if it's not a good point in your life, maybe you should
You
switch
should
your
focus
shit
on
up.
that. Yeah, I
know?
agree with that. I mean, that's
go for the
that's
positive.
huge. That's what I'm saying.
Need
Like
some
you gotta focus on.
self-reflection.
Absolutely.
Can I borrow your house for a little bit? It seems to be magical.
I think you do. What about you, Brittany?
Oh,
I don't know. You got any closing thoughts?
I mean, I've had very similar experiences. I often get overwhelmed by gratitude for like opportunities that present themselves, and for me lately has been a lot of, like I said, internal growth in a lot of ways of like how I interact with this industry, because a lot of it was so driven by proving and people pleasing and stuff like that. So now that I'm in a place where I really do feel like I'm in the most control I can be, it gives me like the open-heartedness that I want to have going into anything that feels like it's the right time for me. So like I don't know how to word it, but I don't really focus too much on what doesn't happen for me as much anymore, as much as I focus on how I feel when things do land, because I know like it didn't pass me by for a reason. These people are in my life for a reason, you know what I mean? And so I'm just, I get a lot of feelings of gratitude for just opportunity and seeing how much I've grown. Sometimes I'll like look at like old singing videos of me, or even like old, my very first ever short film or something like that, and I'm just like, that's actually crazy. And it's like cool to be able to say that you kept going, and you, even through all the stuff, and like actually owning that, and not being like, oh yeah, I guess it was not that big a deal. Like, no, actually it's been pretty hard, and we're here still, and relatively optimistic, if I do say so myself. And so it's like, I don't know, I'm just happy to be a part of creation in general. Like, creating things is just totally my jam. I don't know if that's where we were going with that.
I don't know.
Mac, you got anything?
I'm just thankful, Greg. No, I honestly, when you were talking, I was just thinking, going, I've had a million passions in my life. Acting's always been one, but I just was the type of person that never pursued really anything. Just halfway decent at a ton of things, right? And I just kind of drifted through, and it was always good enough, right? You need a job, went to drywall, right? And you need a career, go work at the steel mill, and that's just kind of how I always did it. But I'm really grateful that I surrounded myself by tin ceiling folks, and I stayed connected to certain things, and I had friends who were connected to those things, because I truly do need an outlet for this, as hard as it is. But there's nothing like driving in a car to go talk to your editor about a first cut on a movie, cracking up and saying, what we should do is we should start a podcast. And within a month or so, right, we're over here gluing stuff to the wall. We're building the table. Brock and I are hanging drywall in the basement on Broadway.
Yep.
And we created this space, right? And it was another outlet for us to, forget the business side of things, but it was another outlet for us to say, we can do this. Or getting involved with another film from the time it comes out of your brain, to going, what do you think about this, Mackie? What do you think about this, Brock? And really developing that, and then taking it from your idea to saying, who do you think we should get in this, right? And building through that whole process. I couldn't do that. I got a family with 2 kids and a job that drives me. I love my job. My life is kind of already set in a world that requires me to have a job like I do. And a wife that I love, and kids, and my life is fine, but this gives me the outlet to still have that too. And as hard as it is, it's that's the joy of it, of this. And if you look around and you look at the 4 microphones, or you look at the films we created since I got on board, I wasn't involved in your earlier stuff, but I'm like, holy crap, I did that. I did that on this day, either as a talent, or as a producer, or as this part of this, or building out there, or movie reviews, or whatever we're doing in the collaboration we do. It allows me to have that, and that's what I'm grateful and thankful for, and that's the high. And everything else is rough and it's tough. But I'll just look at these 4 microphones and I got to reflect back on that all the time and saying,
We built it.
Well, we created this, right? And we're doers and we're completers, and there's always going to be that sense of vision, as hard as it is, but can always take a step back and go, boy, was that a fun car ride. Boy, are these fun conversations that we have on the phone and laugh our butts off, or these ideas we talked about upstairs about having 4 people kind of doing this stuff, and some of the ideas we're kicking around.
Yeah.
Then I look and go, oh, God, it's going to be tough to put together, and do I have time to do it? But I got to take that out of the highs. Right? That's the lows and the in-betweens. And tonight's about the highs, and the 4 microphones remind me of the highs of why we do this. And if anything is getting together with 3 friends and just shooting the crap.
Now I'm going to cry.
And setting this time aside as sacred time to hopefully teach somebody something that's listening to us, drive some things, and just kind of have this time together. And I know I'm going to get some acting gigs by being part of your company.
That's true.
Out of this company.
That's true.
Anyway.
Speaking of driving, if you wouldn't mind, if you've listened to any episodes of the Indie Film Sucks podcast, if you would like to leave a review, that would be lovely.
Oh, there we go. There's the plug. Nice. What about you, Greg? Why don't you close us out here and keep it as high as you can, buddy?
Okay.
An H with 2 eyes.
So a lot of people know me would probably say, man, you're kind of a negative guy. And you got to understand, in my family, gallows humor was very much a thing. My parents were older. They were born into and grew up in the Great Depression. They had an extremely hard life. a really unimaginably hard life, and I'm not going to go into all the shit that they had to deal with. So I grew up in a family where everyone was older. My brothers are 13 and 17 years older than me. So when I was a kid, there was almost no kids around. I was very, very lonely. I was surrounded by adults, and not just adults, but older adults. And of a generation where as a kid, your thoughts, your wishes, your opinion, none of that shit mattered. None of that made a difference. So I had to spend a lot of time by myself thinking up things for myself, thinking up adventures for myself, because there was no other kids in the family and only a couple of kids in a neighborhood. And so subsequently, when I went to school, I was very different than almost all the other kids. And back in the 80s, unless you were like everyone else, you had a real fucking hard time of it. And I had a real hard time of it because I didn't want to do the same shit that everyone else wanted to do. Like every recess, we played kickball. It's like, I don't want to play kickball. I want to make up our own game. So no, we're playing kickball. And that was it. And you know, I grew up with a lot of, yeah, sure, it's great, but if you want to make up
the first girl picked on all the teams.
If you want to make I was the last kid picked. But if you want to make up your own games, you want to do your own shit, that did not fit well into this world. And you know, I eventually found an outlet through gaming, through like role playing games and D&D and stuff like that, because that was a creative outlet. And you know, I made a lot of friends and found enjoyment in that. And you know, there's a lot of sports that I like, but the thing that sealed it for me was when my friend Tom died, because Tom and I were very good friends, and he tried to get me, and I've told this story many times, he tried to get me into filmmaking, something that he loves, something that he did with Eric Stanzi. And I was always like, oh, I don't want to do what Stanzi's doing. I mean, I don't mind screwing around with the camera, but I want to do my own thing. And then when Tom died, that was when everything came together for me. That is when I finally understood this is my purpose. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. The first time I was on set doing my first film, I'm like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This makes
that feeling is the best
sense.
Feeling in the world.
Yeah.
Like when you're in a flow state and you're just doing the thing you're meant to be doing.
That and
I also love watching other people be in that flow state.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
when people are doing what they're meant to be doing and I'm watching them do it, it's really cool.
That's what I felt for the first time. And I always think about two things. One, the fact that my father died pretty young, and all he got to do was work and die. No retirement. He wasn't even 62 when he died. And he was a guy who had a lot of ideas, a lot of dreams, a lot of plans, and didn't get to see any of them come to fruition. Not a single thing. I think about that, and I think about Tom, who died at age 26 and who never got to go beyond what he did. And I think I am fortunate that I have been able to do all the things I've been able to do. And even if I have no measurable success beyond this, I make no money beyond this, I make no films beyond this, I have at least done a lot of the things that I set out to do. And, that's important to me.
I think he would be really proud of you.
That's huge, Greg. That's absolutely huge. I mean, what everybody said is huge, but I'm just that's huge because that's it. That's the purpose. That's the one thing. That's whatever you want to say, right? That's right. You can, right. We always talk about how do you classify success? I think you just did by taking what you had inside of you and going,
Yeah, it's pretty deep rooted.
Yeah, I think everybody kind of opened up a little bit tonight, Brock. Good.
Oh, that
good.
story's way better than meeting girls.
Oh, there was some of that in there.
Oh, that's all. Yeah, he wouldn't tell you the juicy stuff or whatever. Exactly.
Yeah, the D&D girls he flirted
Oh
with.
yeah,
All
sure.
right. Well, now that we're laughing, let's wrap up this long session.
Okay.
Of a podcast. So, Greg, we discussed a lot tonight.
We did.
I think we touched on the lows a little bit. Sorry,
little
guys.
bit.
Sorry we went there a little bit. I don't think there was too many
You know, if it wasn't
in-betweens.
for all the lows, we wouldn't know about all the highs.
That's
Nope.
true
True.
statements.
That is
And we definitely hit on the highs of what?
True.
True.
Independent filmmaking. On what?
Indie Film Sucks Podcast. Brought to you by...
88 millimeter.
There you go.
And where can you find everything at?
88 millimeter.
Indie Film Sucks podcast.
IndieFilmSucks.com.
Wow, it must be this side.
Facebook, Instagram.
Yes, Facebook, Instagram. Follow us. Subscribe on YouTube.
Leave
We're
comments.
so close. Leave
Send us your
comments.
movies.
And if there's something you
Send
want
us
us to
your
talk
movies.
about, we will talk about it
Yes.
here on the Indie Film Sucks
Yeah.
Yeah,
Podcast.
maybe we should take some requests.
Well, and if
Well,
you know,
if anybody,
if
we
you're-
would take anything right now. Please let us know you're listening. Just go. If somebody would send us a comment and said, "I'm listening,"
Well,
There are some
get this in
regular
about 4 weeks.
listeners.
We do have regular
We
listeners.
have regular listeners,
do.
and they're
Joe Hammerstone, give us some ideas.
Trevor Younger.
yeah,
Give us
and,
one
if-
idea.
If you're a filmmaker, get a hold of us so we can talk to you.
yeah.
All right, that's enough.
All right.
See you next time.
Good
Shut
night.
her down. Goodbye.
Indie film sucks. Indie film sucks. It's the Indie Film Sucks